programmers, welcome to TryRide. Today we will be learning about Java application programming interfaces and their standard libraries which contain these interfaces. Now coming here we have the java.lang, java.util and java.io. These are main classes. Now API, Java API. This that is stands for Application Programming Interface, which is a collection of pre-written classes and interfaces, which is a collection of pre-written classes and interfaces. Yeah, it's bundled with Java Development Kit. It is combined with Java Development Kit, which that is JDK. These APIs help perform tasks like math operations, file handling, and working with collections and input and output of whatever we want to give as input, and similarly we get the respective output on the console. Now for the multi-threading and networking, GUI and more others. These Java API provide a rich set of standard libraries optimized with packages. Now package overview. Now we have learned about the different packages, so we are going through the different packages. Java.lang, Java.lang. This is a package which we have went through it right now. Java.lang, it consists of core classes like math, string, and objects. So these are the main core. This is the core classes, which we generally go across these classes for performing different kind of tasks. Java.util. Yeah, these are the utility classes. Like it consists of utility classes like collections, dates. Java util.package. It consists of various collections of classes like dates, time, and etc. Now Java IO. This stands for input and output classes for file handling, the input and output streams and for input and output streams and the file handling. Now coming to this java.lang package. Java.lang package, they are automatically imported. When we perform our program. These contains fundamental classes required for Java programming. They contains the fundamental classes that are required for a Java programming purposes. Now these classes, they have the object, which is the root of Java classes in hierarchy. You have the object, which is the root. Everything is Java is formed from root, from object only. So root classes. These classes are the root of the Java classes hierarchy. And coming to this strings, they are immutable. Represent these strings. These strings are also in class. This string is a class which is immutable. Now math class is provide mathematical functions. Functions. And system. This system provides access to system features like input and output, etc. Like when we provide an input, and so similarly for our respective input, we get the output. For this, we have the system and this thread class for multi-threading. When we perform more than one classes, when we have to go through more than one classes, we have multi-threading purposes, and for that we have to acquire thread. And this exception class, this is the base of all exceptions. In this exception class. For example, when we will moving to this program, we have the classes as lang example. We have a class lang example, which has a public static void main as a main method line. And now following this, we have the string name. This name variable having the data type is string, name variable, the data type is string, and which is having the value as Java. Now, when we want to print an output, system.out.println name to uppercase. This name variable, everything contained in it will be converted to uppercase. And similarly, moving forward, we have this int max. This is the maximum variable having the data type integer, and math.max. If you'll find math.max function, this will find the maximum of both the values, which we provided the values here, and it will find that maximum of the both values which will be given to this max variable. Now system.out.println max value. This is the comment we are providing there, and similarly the max value will be printed here with the help of this max. So we have now. So we have done up to this far, and we are moving forward now. Moving forward, we will be going to know Java.util package, which is a consisting of different classes interfaces. They provide utility classes, including they consist of classes, utility classes, and these classes including the date collections, which is the collection of things, and date and time also, and random numbers, random numbers means numbers from anywhere from our input class. Now coming forward, we have the array list. Array list is resizable. This consists of resizable. We have a list of things, and this array list consists of resizable list. Suppose we have had this hash map. This is they have the hash map. So they have the key value pairs. Key value mapping means every value will have a key, and so we can with these keys we can accurately refer to our values. Now hash set. It is an unordered collections with no duplicates. This hash set is having unordered collections. This hash set is having as array list is having a list of collections, and that is arrays and list as arranged, and this hash set it consists unordered collections with no duplicates. All the no duplicates are allowed. And these collections, this is a helper class. This is a collection. This collection is a helper class. This collection is a helper class for collection operations. Now this is scanner. This scanner is also a class which help us to read input from the user. Yeah, scanner, we have to provide the input from the user, which is provided by system.in. Yeah, suppose we are providing the system.in. We are providing the input to system, so we are writing system.in there. Now date, calendar, random, date, calendar, random. These are the name, the time are the random generations. These are the generations which you have seen here. How we'll be performing all these things here. Now moving forward, we have to import this from java.util package. We have to import this class from the java.util package, and we have the classes util example. Suppose we have a class named as util example. The name of the class is util example, and which has a main method line public static void main string args. This contains an array list. Array list which is of string type. String is the generic type of this array list is string, and which is named by list. Which is named by list has a list. It is a list named by list equals new array list. Array list. This is a way of form typing array list. Array list form. Yeah. Now in this list we can add languages. We can add different languages. For this we have the method add. And suppose if you want to add Java to this list, so we'll be writing list.add in double quotes. We'll write parentheses in the parentheses. We'll be writing in the double quotes Java. And suppose the next language will be a Python. So list.add in parentheses within the double quotes. We'll be writing Python. And for for string languages, if you want to print the languages in our list, we will be writing the line as for string language. If this language lies in the list, if this language lies in the list, if this language lies in the list, this language will be printed. System.println lang. It will print all the languages in this list by this. Yeah, from here. Now scanner SC, we have found an object of scanner SC as named as SC equals new scanner system.read. We have taken all the inputs from the system, so we are writing system.in. Now system.println enter number. We have to enter a number. For here we will enter a number and int num. Int num, we are giving this object a number with the help of this method number.int. Int num equals sc dot nextInt. This is a method nextInt, and this is an object sc which we are giving the number entered into this num variable. Now we'll printing the number which we have entered there. We'll printing this number system.out.println, which is a message you entered. This is a message you entered, and plus the number num which we entered through this from here. Yeah. Now finally, similarly, we'll be getting the output for whatever the number we have entered. Now Coming to this Java input output package. Coming to this Java input output passage, we have the handle. We have to handle input output, reading input output, reading and writing data in different formats. The input is done in different style and output similarly we get in different formats only. So we have to handle all these handle all these and the classes. The class, suppose there is a class. There is a class. Suppose no, there is a class file represents which represent file path. This file class will represent the file path, and we have the reader class, file reader. This will file reader, yeah, which will represent which reads characters files, reads the character file. Now we have the file writer. We have the file writer which will write the characters to file, which will write the characters to the file. And this buffer reader, it is efficient of reading text. It is very much useful in reading the text. Now input output system. Now input output system. This is also helpful in writing the byte based input and output. Input and output. For example, there is a class which we will import all this from java.io. So we have this class, public class input IO example. This is an class input IO example, which has the main method line as public static void main string args, and this will throw exception, that is they are input output exception, IO exception. This will throw input output exception as input output IO exceptions. Now suppose we have to write this file from the file writer. So we write file writer, and there is a writer class named as writer writer equals new writer. This is an object form. Writer is the object, and the new help of new keyword we are making this object. And file writer we are making output dot text. Where the writer is from output dot text. So we're writing with the help of this object form dot object writer dot write object writer dot write. This is a method to write our values. This is a method to write all these things, whatever we provide. So writer dot write hello, comma Java. These things will be written in the writer. These things which we provide within double quotes will be written in the writer. So we open writer series. So we started writer. So we need to close that object also because we have started that. So we are closing it. Writer dot close. Now buffer reader. We use this for input and output only. So we write to buffer reader, and reader is the object form. Reader is the object form. With the help of new buffer reader, new file reader, and we are providing this to the output dot text. And we have the string line. This is the line. This is string line is a keyword, and line is a variable which has the reader dot read line method, which has a reader dot read line. This reader will read all the values to the method named as read line. Yeah, system dot println. So finally writing system dot println read from file. Whatever things that the reader will read from the file, that will be finally reader will read from reader. This reader will read from the file that will be given to this line. That will be given to this line, and they will be uh, shown here on the console. So we open the reader class. So we open the reader object. So we need to do we also need to close that. And coming finally, we have studied that java.lang, which is the core functionality. It is auto imported. This Java from java.lang, everything is automatically imported and is core functionality which we always need to include in our classes. And java.util. Now coming to this java.util, which include all the collections, states, and scanners. These are the combination of different collections, states, and scanners, which are always present in java.util class. Now for file input and output java.io, we need to include java.io package. And we have the files and system handling. They are helpful in files and system handling. Now thank you.